one of the things that I didn't realize was even worse is the stigma.
I didn't have a good idea what NAMI did for Asian Americans.
There's a lot of misconceptions about what mental health is.
You know, so many families, they feel that they are struggling alone.
There's so much stigma against mental health challenges that people are not able to reach out for support.
And then I thought about my patients, and I said, well, how many of my Asian American patients have I actually suggested that they go to NAMI? And I had to confess it was none.
My name is Carrasco. I'm the director of the Multicultural Action Center at NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. We brought together 20 plus leaders from across the country, people with mental illness, family members, providers, and researchers. And we brought people that could really share their expertise and knowledge and their lived experience with NAMI. We have been struggling. We knew, okay, we need to start from scratch again. Let's go back to step one. And our step back one again is like listen and learn, so then you can come up with a plan.
Well, I remember back then, most of us barriers of our stigma is that, oh, I'm not crazy, oh, I don't have mental health challenges or depression or whatever. That's only for people who are crazy, So we have this image in society about craziness and mental health problems.
In our community, at least for the folks that I work with, I feel that they are still suffering from mental illness. They can't really take it to the next level and see that the recovery is possible.
My patients, notwithstanding they don't speak English, but they just wouldn't want to go to a support group of family members about mental illness. They want to keep it a secret. So it just wasn't even part of the equation. I mean, it just never even crossed my mind that they should go to NAMI because I knew they wanted to keep it a secret.
As far as the people that immigrated here, the Eastern philosophies of meditation and other types of recovery principles may not always be, it's not always created by Asians for Asians. It might be created by another group of people that is trying to fit us into that box.
Maybe the mental health care model is not the only way that we should approach mental health. Maybe there should be, as I said before, more grassroots approaches and really kind of looking at what are the communities doing, or what do they need, what do they want, what do they believe.
What are our priorities, what are the main issues, what are the recommendations. And you'll see that there are some recommendations very specific, from what language we use to things that are more general, like, combat stigma. So recommendations big and small, but all of them are very important.
Change really needs to happen. I think we really need to look at everything from different perspectives, and change is a critical value. The way we do things don't work as much, don't work like with the mainstream, with other communities, but if we look at how to do things differently, then that will make a difference. And so I think NAMI has really taken a big leap by saying, we recognize the diversity of the Asian American Pacific Islanders, and we know we have a lot of things to work on, but bringing people together who are passionate about this community, who are wanting to make a difference, and really saying, we can't do the work alone, but we need to come together to share our ideas, I think is a big, huge, huge step. And my hope is that NAMI can continue in their commitment. It might, as Jose said, it might take longer. It's not a fast change, but I think NAMI can continue being passionate about this work and know that they're here for the long haul, pretty much.
And I'm just, very excited today to see so vigorous dialogues between all the parties, and we did come up with some concrete things, and hopefully, NAMI National is going to be instrumental in turning these ideas into actions, and hopefully we will be able to follow up as a group and respond to the need as a group.
Given all that we have learned and all that people suggested to us, this is what NAMI is going to do next. We're going to come up with short-term strategies and long-term priorities. And our hope is to work on all of them, next year and the years ahead.
Our voice needs to be heard. We need to have more API consumers, consumer leaders, and we need to strengthen our voice, and we need to be there at the table, to have a national voice as well.
We are a group that has this mental health issues, and we are a group that's determined to do something about it.
When we do mental health advocacy, it's about hope and opportunities. Hope is what keeps people alive, that they can get better and they can overcome their challenges. And at the same time, we have to give people opportunities to be able to live, learn, and work in the community.
I'd want people to be able to use services that are helpful to them, and to be courageous, to be able to say, I have a problem, and I don't know what it is. I think it might be related to mental health, and I want some help. And getting to that point is so difficult. We should live in a world where people can have a mental illness and not be worried that they're going to be judged, or they're going to lose their job, or people are going to shun them. I guess my vision of the future is that one day there will be a time where people can say, I have major depression, or I have bipolar disorder, or whatever the diagnosis is, and people will say, oh, okay, it's not a big deal.